And this team feel like they can beat anyone in the country when they are playing at their best.
Well, and we saw earlier this year, obviously, Ohio State won 3 out of the 4 matches against the Gophers, so they're looking to make it 4 out of 5 here today, this afternoon.
Ohio State coming off that game you talked about, a 2-1 win against Wisconsin in the semifinals. How about knocking off not just last year's regular season and final face-off champions, but also the 2-time defending champions in the NCAA?
Just what they were doing in the D zone, and obviously their goaltender had a big part in that, but obviously too, Sophie Jakes, we're going to talk a lot about her today. Obviously, Defensive Player of the Year in the WCHA, up for the Patty Kazmaier, and no mistake on that.
Centering pass gets away from Rosenthal, the top line on the ice for the Buckeyes. And that's what you see in the WCHA from these top teams. Some of the best top lines in the nation, but there is a whistle on the ice. In the penalty box is Emily Brown, a senior on this squad, and here is that vaunted power play already getting a shot on net, taken away and cleared by Emily Oden. Chasing it down is Maureen for the Gophers, winning their 11th regular season championship in the WCHA. Jakes will wrap that around the boards to George, just outside of her reach. Hangler wraps it around the boards, but it stays right here. Rosenthal, but it gets off her stick, cleared once more.
Yeah, pretty good kill right now for the Gophers, obviously not really allowing Ohio State to have any kind of setup or possession in the zone.
1:10 remaining in this initial Ohio State power play with speed into the offensive zone is Levis. Bernard has some space. Goes the other direction. Poked away, and a stoppage in play.
And the success that she had, he went with the senior, the grandma bench, as they like to call her, the hot hand.
Just skips away from bench. That was a dangerous attempt off the stick of Gardner. Gardner back to Bizal. She fires a shot, and Bench standing her ground between the pipes.
Yeah, and I think Bench saw that all the way through, and even though she didn't watch that completely into her stomach, I mean, she was able to put that puck in the corner, and good save from her right away.
2 shots on goal for the Buckeyes in this power play. They go right at Bench again. It is blocked. Heisey will send it up the ice. Rosenthal now with it on her stick. 10 seconds remaining. DeGeorge chases down the puck. Heisey wrapping it back the other direction, and the penalty kill successful for Minnesota.
Yeah, really good kill for the Gophers there. You obviously saw that last chance by Ohio blocked by Olivia Knowles, and on a previous play, Audrey Wethington had a good stick in the lane to get that puck deflected in the zone, or into the netting actually. But really good kill for the Gophers here early.
Right in front of the net, that crosses in front of the crease as Ohio State keeping up the pressure, keeping it in the offensive zone after they failed on their initial power play. Both teams getting a change. Zumwinkel going after the puck. Madeline Wethington fighting off Buglioni. Heisey loses it off her stick at center ice. Minnesota yet to get a shot on goal. Ohio State controlling possession here early. Just a couple minutes into this game. Madeline Wethington up to Hemp. The WCHA Rookie of the Year. Had a fantastic season. Another great rookie, Ella Huber, on the ice as well for Minnesota.
Yeah, especially coming in as freshmen, you know, into the WCHA, the best league in the country. It's hard to make an impact, but those two have really been impact players for the Gophers here this year.
Definitely seems like Brad Frost not hesitant to play young players throughout his tenure. Lauren Bernard going after the puck. Ohio State has done a strong job so far of keeping possession. 2 shots on goal to 0 for Minnesota. In the circle for the face-off. 15:30 remaining in this first period of the final face-off championship game. Number 1 versus number 2. Bench chipping that along the boards. Olivia Knowles fighting in the corner for that one. Behind the net. Back to the blue line. Here's Bernard with the puck. Ohio State sends it in front of the net. Too strong, too far left. Knowles Buglioni fighting for that puck in the corner. Minnesota feeling like they're on their heels a bit. Bregman centering pass, not there for Gardner.
Yeah, real good heads-up play by Bregman. She actually had a lane to shoot that, but she found Gardner on the backside and almost beat Bench with that shot.
And
just a really fun team to watch and just so good in all three zones. And she had said, too, earlier this week about how they really take pride in the defensive zone as much as they do the offense. So really a 200-foot team game is what they try to play every night.
2 straight NCAA tournament berths. They went to the Frozen Four last year. Both these teams competing for an automatic bid, hoping to get to State College for the Frozen Four this year. Here is Bazal for the Buckeyes, who it feels like our attention has barely turned from the offensive zone for Ohio State. Here's another attempt. It is blocked. Boreen chasing after the puck. Now Skaya tipping it up to Boreen. Bazal trying to disrupt her flow. To George, Skaya trying to battle for that puck, and again, unsurprisingly, comes away to the Buckeyes. And a whistle as Ohio State was on the attack into their offensive zone.
Game thus far.
Off the face-off. Down along the boards. Levis, Hangler. Trying to get that puck free. Now to George into the corner as well. Ohio State has spent a lot of time in their offensive zone. That lands right in front of Bench. But Huber there to take control. Hemp will send it up ahead. Chased down now by Huber.
Yeah, one thing that makes the Gophers so good in their defensive zone is they have all their forwards coming back, especially on the rush and helping out. But you even see in that last zone time by Ohio State really controlling the puck below the goal line, but Ella Huber right out in front of the net to clear that puck out of the zone and really kind of focus on getting back on their game. And it all starts from Lauren Bench, who's looked solid, even though she's only seen 3 shots thus far. But the defense will carry the play up, and obviously it starts with good breakouts and just little things, chipping the puck in the zone and going to work.
Chipped back the other way by Rosenthal, sneaking along the boards. Buglioni going after that puck. Now it's Brown. Puck stuck in the neutral zone, popped up. And Potomac has it. A good-looking opportunity. She goes right at Thiele and too high.
Yeah, and Amy Potomac, she really likes that high glove side, but Thiele did a good job of just staying on her angle and not shifting towards the middle and staying on Potomac's stick blade so that she would fire it over the net.
Minnesota trying to get some cohesion going offensively, have not spent a lot of time in their offensive zone, and that continues here with the Buckeyes on the rush. Wethington chips it back, but right to a Buckeye that's gloved by Bench. And chipped up ahead, Skaya chasing after with Bazal behind her. Angler finds Heisey, one of the most feared players on the ice, not just in the WCHA, but in the country.
Covering that short side, but obviously for Taylor Heisey, I mean, I think the biggest thing that has improved about her game, especially from her junior to senior year, is just her grittiness and just not afraid to just go for that puck at all ends.
There, Heisey, the hard slap shot, a big blast from her stick. Makes you feel maybe a little bit nervous to feel like she can get her shot going. First shot on goal for Minnesota. It's 3-1 in favor of the Buckeyes.
Yeah, she's not afraid to shoot the puck, and we saw obviously the goal that she scored yesterday. Traffic out in front, so she can leave that rebound right in front of her and know that her D are going to pick it up.
5th meeting of the season between these two teams. A lot of familiarity at this point in the final Faceoff championship game. Up ahead, Odin to Huber, and she will get that right into the lap of Thiele.
And we saw that right there with Ella Huber, just kind of having Odin putting that puck into space and having Huber skate into it.
Offensive zone faceoff for the Gophers, kept in by Brown, a missile, and again stopped by Thiele.
That went off of Brenna Furman for Duluth that ended up in the back of the net. Obviously, you want to throw pucks on net as much as you can, but on a straightaway shot like that, Thiele's going to stop it.
Bizal almost loses it right in front of Thiele. Corralling it is Brown. The Gophers get it up ahead to Hemp, poked away by Thiele. Brown again, and knocked away by the Buckeyes defense. Back behind Thiele, it escapes. Jakes sends it back the other direction. Buglioni scoops it up ahead. Hengler's got it now. That shot is blocked, caught by Norcross. She whiffs. And Minnesota now spending a significant amount of time in their offensive zone. Almost skips away from Knowles. Audrey Wethington. That shot is blocked. Wethington sticking with it. 9:19 remaining in this first period here at Ritter Arena. An extended possession for Minnesota, but now the Buckeyes are able to send it up the ice.
Yeah, and the Buckeyes are definitely happy with that. Obviously didn't give them a lot of grade A looks and didn't get a lot of the ability to get shots through to Thiele.
It has felt like neither of these teams have panicked. They've been able to control the puck. And that's what you would expect for a championship game with that much experience under these teams' belts.
Right, and especially too, I mean, that's the reason why they're number one thing, obviously, for both these teams.
Heisey to Wethington, that is blocked. Staunch defense from Ohio State. Bench stopping the puck. Now Heisey has it. The WCHA Offensive Player of the Year, seeing a matchup of the offensive and defensive players of the year between the Buckeyes and the Gophers. Puck in the corner. Picked up by Shephers. She had a goal yesterday. Brown sweeps it away. From Claire to George, now Heisey. She's going to fling that right at Thiele. And Hadley Hartmetz will get things going for the Buckeyes.
And obviously talking about Heisey and Jakes with the last change that Brad Frost does have, he wants to make sure that Taylor Heisey is not on the ice the same time Sophie Jakes is. And then obviously Nadine Muzzerall is trying to get Jakes out there as much as you can against that top line. But obviously Brad Frost having that last change is huge in a matchup like that.
Because Jakes really isn't just all about offense.
No, she isn't. I mean, that's why she's a Defensive Player of the Year, and you can just kind of see like the way she uses her size and really is hard to beat on the one-on-one battle. So having a defenseman like her that can actually put the puck in the net and then be great defensively as well, that's the most you can ask for as a coach.
Jen Gardner gets the puck after it looked like the Gophers might have had a rush. Rosenthal is 1-on-2, still carrying it, loses it as she goes behind the net. Buglioni there to battle for the puck. It's Bizal. Jakes has that blocked. One of the best scoring defensemen in the country. Right in front of Bench. It comes loose, tipped up and behind the net. Ohio State bringing the pressure, getting the puck deep. Right in the circle, again blocked by Jakes. Bizal, that is knocked away as well. And a whistle on the ice. On record as Levis will put that shot on goal. He really reevaluated this program. They changed their forecheck, brought in 2 new assistant coaches, including Natalie Darwitz, and he said we needed to be grittier, not just the most skilled team.
Yeah, I mean, that's a huge thing when you can bring both of those components. I think for so many years, too, the Gophers could just kind of rely on talent. And now, not that they can't do that now, but I think you throw in the grittiness that we're seeing out of these 3 lines for the Gophers. I mean, they're just on the forecheck so hard, on the puck, 200 feet across the ice. So just kind of that different mindset of they're not going to get beat out of the one-on-one battles and just go the full 60 minutes has really been an improvement for their game this year, and it's a reason why they're number 1 in the country right now.
Something Brad Frost complimented as Bench with the pad save. I said yesterday in the 5-1 win against Minnesota Duluth, we played a full 60 minutes.
The way that they played yesterday, I know that they're going to definitely be coming out and have a lot more offensive pressure here in the last 5 minutes and for the rest of the game.
Skaya and Jakes trying to get to the puck first. Other side of the ice, it is Buglioni. Tapped up ahead. Bench is going to quickly cover it up as Rosenthal was flying in. Minnesota's given a lot of starts to 3 different goalies, but they go with the senior on the championship day. Just out of the reach of Maureen. Flipped up off the glass. Heisey comes away with it. Look at that stick work, but the pass broken up. Keeley on her front side, and a little skirmish after the puck comes free. Multiple players involved. Physically, a little chippy here in the final face-off championship game.
Yeah, a little feistiness, obviously, we talked about there on the backside right there. Another save right there off of Wethington. But obviously these girls, we had talked about it, are going to be in the NCAA tournament next weekend. But you can tell how much they both want to win this game. Obviously a lot of pride between these two schools.
Huber on the rush, and it will be offside in the face-off. Puck comes free to Bazal. Ohio State spent a lot of time in the Minnesota zone through the first half of this period. Then it swung to Minnesota, getting some shots on goal. Bazal in the corner, pursued by Wethington. And Huber has it again. Leaves it off for Odin. Odin fires a shot, bounces in front of Thiele. Didn't seem like she maybe knew where it was when it bounced up.
No, but good shoulder save by her, being at the top of the crease.
Jakes goes backhand and saved by Bench. Norcross up ahead to Hangler, and again, Minnesota with a lot of speed into the offensive zone. Norcross to Hangler. Potomac with it now. Puck is loose. Back to the boards, it's Norcross. Battling for it with Shepherds. Hangler, she had a goal yesterday. Olivia Knowles, one of the senior leaders on this team, right in front of Thiele, and she makes the save. Percentage 1.19 goals against. Skaya leaving it, getting it back. Emily Zumwinkle, one of the best freshmen in the WCHA, and snatched away by Gardner. She goes right at Bench, the backhand stopped.
Following her back to that post.
And Heisey comes out of the penalty box. Back to even strength. 2:45 remaining.
Being into the offensive zone and finding her back door. So another thing that makes these two teams so successful is their defense are not afraid to jump up in the play.
Minnesota 2-0 on the penalty kill today. DeGeorge battling along the boards with Heisey. Comes away to Hangler. Brown flips it up. Chased down by Hadley Hartmetz. Sakkonen back to Hartmetz. 2 minutes remaining in the opening period here at Ritter Arena. Bench is just going to cover it up.
Some shots like that are just dump-ins that kind of just allow you to settle in and just kind of get on her game, and that's what we've seen a lot out of her today already.
Jakes and Bazal shoot. Ohio State attacking once more, and the puck goes out of play. 1:37 remaining in this first period for the Minnesota zone faceoff. Hangler up to Norcross. Kept in by Bazal. Knowles has it now, she's bumped. Puck batted around, there's Jakes, it's right in front of her. Both teams trying to get the puck free along the boards. Approaching 1 minute remaining. And what could be a scoreless first period of this final face-off championship game.
Yeah, especially in the last 2 minutes of the period, you make sure both these teams need to be smart. They obviously don't want to give up a goal. We saw that yesterday happen against Duluth, but that's a huge thing for both of these teams, is just kind of playing their game and keeping it simple in the last 2 minutes.
Buckeyes ship the puck up ahead. Knowles sends it up the ice. Approaching 30 seconds left, again stuck in the neutral zone. It's Buglioni who comes away with it. Saved by Bench, and it goes out of play.
That's what you like to see out of Lauren Bench. Obviously, Buglioni coming down the right side. Just simple stick save for her. Good rotation and just getting a whistle and putting that puck in the netting. Obviously, with 30 seconds left, if that puck goes into the corner and she doesn't elevate that, that could be some more zone time for Ohio State. So good face-off for her, for her team to reset and get the puck out of the zone.
Kept in very nicely by Ohio State. Heisey has it now. With speed through the neutral zone, tapped away from her. Strong pressure by the Buckeyes. Buglioni, 5 seconds left. Is Madeline Wethington right in front of her, and that will be the first period of the WCHA Final Face-Off Championship game, tied at 0.
Need to focus on the changes, long changes for both these teams, so they have to be careful with when they're changing and not do kind of a full-blown 5-player change.
We know the Gophers can start off hot. They did yesterday, scoring a goal. Katie Skaya within a minute of the game. Here is Heisey. She will fire a shot that sneaks away from Thiele. DeGeorge battling for the puck. Maureen will wrap it around. Heisey has it on her stick again and blocked by Jakes. Spinning away is Madeline Wethington. Here is Heisey. On the attack again, Maureen lofts the puck, brought down by Heisey. Sustained possession here for the Gophers to start off the second period. That is off the shoulder of Thiele.
Yeah, and Thiele didn't see that puck at all, and you could just see, not until it hit her, but a good shoulder save by her. But this is exactly what you wanted if you were the Gophers. Obviously, this first minute, that top line, getting some chances here early.
Brown taps it up ahead to Odin, switching directions. Skaya in front of the crease. That gets away.
Full game that they really played yesterday. That's what we kind of saw a lot of back and forth. Obviously, in the first period, it was hard for them to kind of get in the game with that initial penalty that they took in the first minute, but now they've kind of settled in and allowed them to get some zone time. And right now there's a lot of tired legs out there for Ohio State because they haven't been able to change based on that icing.
Puck skips away from Hemp. Levis taps it up right in front of the Gopher bench. Jakes looking over her shoulder, pursued by Huber. Rosenthal and the Ohio State Buckeyes started out the first period with a lot of sustained time in the Gopher zone. Good effort by Buglioni going after the puck. It is Hangler now with it. And another face-off coming up. Rosenthal as well, won by Ohio State. Hartmetz over to Bernard and poked away by Minnesota. Hemp has that knocked away. Chased down by Bernard. Hartmetz taps it right up. Here is Rosenthal trying to settle the puck. Emily Zumwinkle. Her sister Grace still with eligibility as a Gopher, playing in the Olympics just this year, one of 14 current student athletes of the WCHA to take part. Hosworth controlling the puck over to Sara Sakinen. Cross ice pass doesn't connect. Tegan Grant, Audrey Wethington battling along the boards. And it is Olivia Knowles who controls.
Yeah, and the thing about Ohio State and the Gophers is they both have 3 solid lines. The depth on both these teams is very impactful. And you can see right now the third line for Ohio State able to have some possession and zone time. Anytime you can have that time in the offensive zone, coach has to be definitely happy. And you can see they're trying to get their first line out there as well.
Norcross with speed across neutral ice. Taps it up ahead, chasing right after it. Slamming into the boards, Claire DeGeorge. Norcross again trying to regain control as Tegan Grant along with her, and DeGeorge has it on her stick. Grant will wrap that around, met by Bench. Heisey now. Slowing it down, centering pass, not there. Looking for Skaya right in front of Thiele.
Yeah, and a good play there by Sophie Jakes, obviously just getting the stick of Skaya and not allowing her to get a puck on that stick on that puck.
In the corner, Buglioni goes down. Gardner has it. Rosenthal providing that net front presence. She tries to get a piece of it. Heisey gets it to Jakes. She will fire. Heisey will shoot. Boreen trying to back that up. She gets it back. Wethington faking a shot. Bringing it around behind the net. 5 minutes in to this second period. Minnesota seeing a lot of time in the Ohio State zone. Shots on goal even at 12. Oden chasing after the puck. Hangler there as well. It is Huber who has the puck, whiffs on it, broken up, and DeGeorge has the puck. Knowles pursuing her, centering pass is blocked. Sakinen is stopped along the boards, and Hangler will handle it. Hemp again in the Gophers with a lot of momentum into their offensive zone, but Ohio State still a scrappy team defensively. That sent right to Bench. She will kick it out. Puck is loose. Potomac with it. Working through traffic. That skip just wide of Thiele, and she will cover the puck up right in front. 13:49 left, still scoreless in the WCHA championship game.
They're wrong. No. It means a lot to both of these programs, and it truly is a 1 versus 2 matchup right now.
That dropped off right in front of Thiele, just over the crossbar.
And Jen, talk a little bit about this tournament. I mean, obviously kind of going in, you kind of had a feeling that it would be these 4 teams, but what does that say kind of about the WCHA having 4 teams in this tournament that are in the top 8 and then will obviously be in the NCAA tournament next weekend?
Yeah, you know, we're obviously thrilled as a league that we'll be sending 4 next week moving forward, and it gives us a real opportunity to showcase what we see all year long, which is the best women's hockey in the country. And it's, you know, it's a different feeling this weekend a bit because all 4 knew they were still playing. So I'm not sure the tournament has had that same kind of this is it moment that we've seen in the past, but we're just so proud of the depth of this league. And I tell all of our schools that all the time that, you know, we're not here with 4 in the top 8 if our other 4 aren't just as solid and making them battle all year long. And I think that speaks a lot to the strength of our league from top to bottom. And just, you know, I heard Mark Johnson say last weekend actually that this is the best he's seen this league in his time at Wisconsin, and that says a lot.
Heisey dropping it off. There is the goal. Abigail Boreen, the first one of this championship game. 1-0 Gophers. Too many outstanding chances, and they take a 1-0 lead in the second period of this final Faceoff championship game. Right out in front of bench and poked away as Ohio State will try to respond back. In this period, we're joined by WCHA Commissioner Jen Flowers as that floats away from bench. Let's talk about the Olympics a little bit and the representation we saw from the WCHA. Missing some star players.
They feel like they're incredibly well prepared to play Olympic hockey because of the way they play all year long in this league, and it's just a great showcase for those women who've earned that opportunity.
Andrea Brandley on the Ohio State bench, one of them, the Swiss goalie, a number 2 ranking in the country with Thiele.
Yeah, and I think it's super impressive, the fact that she's a sophomore. And we saw Duluth yesterday, obviously, JoJo Schobach, kind of the similar situation with Emma Soderberg, and pretty impressive that girls that both had played 2 games earlier.
Odin fires a shot, saved by Thiele.
They only played 2 games last year, and to be able to step in, especially kind of the second half of the year, and really kind of showcase their skills and just be solid in net, I mean, I think that says a lot about who they are as people and kind of who they are as goaltenders.
Gophers continuing to keep it in their offensive zone. Madeline Wethington, that was poked away by the stick of Buglioni right in front of Thiele. Does not find the back of the net. One more try, and Hemp will whiff. Yeah, big opportunities for the Gophers.
Yeah, a lot of chaos kind of right in front by the feet of Thiele, but the Gophers couldn't find a way to extend this lead.
We're joined by WCHA Commissioner Jen Flowers, and how exciting is it to see a nationally televised selection show this year?
Yeah, there's been a lot of talk about that. I can't wait to see it. This sport deserves it. So thankfully, women's hockey is finally going to get some of the due that it deserves, and we'll be really excited to see, 4 WCHA teams' names come up and find out where everybody's headed next week. Just appreciative of some of the advancements of women's ice hockey, particularly at the NCAA level.
Including, we'll see some hosting as well, including we're expecting here at Ritter Arena as well.
Yeah, no doubt. I think we're pretty confident that both Minnesota and Ohio State will host next weekend. I think, the result of this game likely matters a little bit in just the overall seeding perspective, but we should have hockey in Minneapolis and Columbus next weekend, which is really exciting on those types of things instead of just, really trying to have protocols in place to be able to play.
Well, we saw the WCHA consistently lead the country with the bulk of teams, not just in the top 10, but the top 5, including both of these squads, the Gophers and the Buckeyes. What is that like from your perspective to see just such a top-heavy representation nationwide?
It's hard not to be just incredibly proud. I think, the time and commitment that these young women put into this.
Heisey, big blast stopped by Thiele.
Man, the intensity has really ratcheted. It's a much different game right now.
Oh, Jen, you should have heard in case you missed it. Taylor Heisey's interview with us, it made me want to put the pads on and just get going, get excited, get pumped up. You can see why she's a leader in that locker room.
There's a lot to play for today. It's a real pride factor to hold the trophy at the end of a championship. So whether or not they're playing next week, I don't think matters right now. They're both teams are fighting for that championship and fighting for that opportunity.
Ella Huber, one-on-one, not there as she looks for that centering pass to Hemp, the WCHA Rookie of the Year. Puck picked up by the Buckeyes. Templeman sending it along the boards. We're joined by WCHA Commissioner Jen Flowers. Minnesota leading this championship game 1-0. There's a shot by the Buckeyes. 8:30 remaining in this second period. A battle along the boards. Shot by Bernard is blocked as Ohio State now keeping it in their offensive zone. Bernard, that shot is blocked. And Jen, what do you think? I'm putting you on the spot to think of maybe what is the best game or moment you have seen from this 2021-22 season?
Oh, wow. That is really putting me on the spot. I think to open the season, we had Ohio State at Wisconsin and LeBron, and first time Levon felt really full to me again since the pandemic, and it was incredible hockey. I think that was really special. Obviously, you know, when Minnesota clinched the Julianne By Cup here a couple weeks ago, to get it back in this building and then to have Julianne here as part of that is really special. And to be honest, you know, watching Mankato battle last weekend in the quarterfinals, and
taking it to 3 games against Minnesota Duluth.
They're going to be something next year. I mean, they played incredibly well this year with some injuries. They fought through a lot of adversity. So I'm just excited about where we're headed. That doesn't even touch on a couple of huge games by Bemidji beats Ohio State, and that crazy, the craziest ending I've probably seen in a hockey game. And same, they went down to Levon and beat Wisconsin and Levon, which is why this league is so special, because there's no other sport where you would see Bemidji State University and the University of Wisconsin battling in that type of atmosphere. So those are really unique things.
Well, I think you make a good point about Mankato feeling like they are right on the cusp of being in the conversation with teams like this. Just need a little bit more to compete with these legacy teams.
Yeah, they were one play away. Oh, boy.
A whistle just as that shot occurred.
So just encouraging fans who are listening, if you haven't been out to see a game, come out and see it. These women deserve your support. They're really fantastic.
Absolutely. You have to see it in person to truly get the full effect. WCHA Commissioner Jen Flowers, thanks so much for joining us. Shot fired. Boreen chasing after the puck. And Madeline Wethington will handle it. It is a 4-on-4. Audrey Wethington and Sophie Jakes in the box.
Yeah, and you can see it get a little feisty up there.
It is Liz Scheppers who goes right at bench, poked away. The puck is loose, but how deep they got on that attempt.
Yeah, a rare turnover by Taylor Heisey right there, but bench stood her ground, stood tall, and really covered the low part of the net. A big save by her to keep her team up by 1.
Scheppers flipping up the puck. Heisey flings it up ahead.
Well, and 4-on-4 opportunity here obviously opens up the ice a little more, gives these players some time and space to kind of shine, and both teams have to be very careful that they're not playing this like a penalty kill.
What is the distinction
in terms of
how you would play it 4-on-4? Because you have more open ice at this point for both of these teams to maybe get some scoring in.
Right, but I think both, as a lot of people don't play 4-on-4 like it's just like a 5-on-5, which it pretty much is. It's just a little more ice. So obviously both teams can't just sit back and let one team kind of take advantage of this.
Hangler picks up the puck. That pass broken up, and it goes out of play. 5:05 remaining in this second period.
Here in the second period is huge for both teams.
Well, Ohio State was down 1-0 yesterday against Wisconsin, scored 2 unanswered goals in the semifinals, eliminating the back-to-back reigning champions, as that is gloved by Thiele.
And that out all game.
Norcross will send that puck along. Potomac battling for it. Brengman has it. With speed up the ice, she's bumped by Audrey Wethington, who now has it. Poked away by Bizal and out of play. 4:28 on the clock. They can take care of that, no question, with a win today with an automatic bid.
Yeah, one thing I've noticed here in the second period, you look at both third lines for these teams, obviously do a really good job in the defensive zone, but have done a really good job today of generating some offense in the offensive zone against these second and first lines of both teams. But I think that just speaks to the depth of the Buckeyes and the Gophers.
Really right about the depth to be able to keep that top line as fresh as possible. Is this taken away by Heisey in their own zone? Hartmetz will handle it. Bernard loses it. Katie Skaya pressuring the puck, and she takes it away. Boreen will end up losing it, and there's a whistle on the ice.
The end of the year isn't going to be won just in the offensive zone. They have to play the 200-foot game.
Wrapped around the boards. Thiele knocks it away. Jakes alongside her. 3:30 left in the second period of this championship game. Puck is loose. Brengman lifts a shot. Brengman looking over her shoulder, wrapping it the other direction. Sakinen trips over Hemp, and that is too wide. The attempt by Olivia Knowles. Gophers getting in a change as Brengman picks up the puck. Right behind Buglioni, now she's got it, flipping it up ahead. Minnesota leading shots on goal 19-15, but both with sustained time in the offensive zone. A turnover by Minnesota. It is Levis who will fire, and saved by Bench.
Yeah, you can see on that last chance, that's a huge save by Lauren Bench right there. Just following her across the slot and just not overpowering one side, just kind of staying in the middle of the net and just kind of letting that puck hit her. Didn't overreact, and really nice job by her to just kind of maintain her positioning, and she's been really good all day.
Another shot inside again. Ohio State threatening, getting deep against Bench. Brown poking the puck ahead to Katie Skaya. Battered around the neutral zone, it is Jakes. Ohio State would love to see her involved offensively, the top scoring defenseman in the nation. WCHA Defensive Player of the Year as well. 1:45 left before the second intermission. Skaya battling along the boards with Bernard. Izzy asking for it, she'll flip it up. Jakes has got it for the Buckeyes. .1:15 to go. We'll see if either team can make a final attack. Here is Hawsworth of the Buckeyes. That is blocked by Knowles. Bizal sends it back toward the net, right behind Bench. Hawsworth tapped away by Bizal. She won't get to it in time. Oden, cross ice pass. Knowles takes her time. She finds the back of the net. 2-0 Minnesota.
We saw her a lot in the D zone, doing a good job of just taking away time and space and blocking shots, but right there gets a nice pass cross ice from Emily Oden and wastes no time.
And it's going to be credited to Peyton Hemp on that goal. And you're right about Olivia Knowles just being able to send that puck right to the net, and good things. 1.4 seconds to go. Bizal, that is blocked by Brown. Bizal once more to the opposite side of the ice. Bernard taking her time, sent it to the front of the net, taken by Audrey Wethington with 3 seconds left. And that will be the end of the second period.
With their game and what they've been doing all season, I like their chances here in the third period.
Is there someone the Buckeyes can try to ignite, drop a play for that really needs to get that spark going offensively?
Well, I think it starts with Sophie Jakes. I mean, when you have your defender leading the team in scoring, that's a huge thing for her to be able to get up in the offense, and just not necessarily her creating it in the actual zone, but just starting it in the neutral zone and propelling those forwards to be able to get the pucks in on Lauren Bench.
We saw, just as Taylor Heisey told us at the start of the first intermission, they attacked aggressively from the opening faceoff of that second period, and they really took control. A lot of time in the Ohio State zone, quality opportunities and shots. Here is Hartmetz, and we'll see if Ohio State, it's only 2 goals, but 19 minutes left to try and make a comeback. Picked up by Gardner. She will loft that right at bench, knocked away. Hemp can't get a handle of it, neither can Huber, two fantastic freshmen playing on the same line together. Hartmetz will swing that around. Bernard up to Sackinen. Odin flips it up, caught by Huber. Bernard up to Hausworth. And that will sneak away across and down the ice. Norcross and Tegan Grant chasing after it.
Yeah, and you can see the speed of a player like Savannah Norcross, and she's on the third line once again. We see the pressure of this third line for the Gophers. They've had a really good game, not only in the defensive zone, but creating chances and applying pressure in the offensive zone.
I think there's a lot of people around the conference who might call Norcross an underrated player in the WCHA. As that is right in front of Ben. She makes the stop with the pads.
And it just goes back to the depth. When you could say you have an underrated player on the third line, that's a lot to say about the Gophers and how confident they feel with them out there, because in the first couple of minutes of a period, to have your third line be able to make an impact right away and just have some pressure in the offensive zone, it shows what Brad Frost thinks about that third line and has confidence in them.
Centering pass, poked away with the stick.
Yeah, one of the best chances of the game between Sophie Jakes and Claire DeGeorge. Found herself wide open in front of the net. Lauren Bench, another great save from her. She's been very good today for the Gophers since the drop of the puck.
The senior has looked completely locked in. 17 minutes remain in this WCHA final face-off game. Both teams expecting to go to the NCAA tournament, even host in the first round, but still a lot on the line today, including a postseason championship. Sackinen, that is blocked. Heisey will poke it away. Rosenthal right in front of the net. It is 2-1. Ohio State getting on the board.
Find traffic in front of Lauren Bench, make her move side to side, and find the tip. That's a huge goal by the third line, Sackinen.
Talking about depth, both of these teams have it. Sackinen getting Ohio State on the board after it was all Minnesota in the second period, but they have had those opportunities, just couldn't find the back of the net. They finally do. They carry it into the offensive zone again. Sheppers will lose it. DeGeorge pokes it away. Levis, cross-ice pass, that's lifted over the crossbar. Another close attempt by the Buckeyes.
Yeah, and Sheppers was looking for her second of the weekend, and it looked like Lauren Bench got a shoulder save. That was almost similar to how they just scored their first goal. Right now, it's all Ohio State here early in the third period.
We saw them in the first period spend a lot of time in the offensive zone, and seeing that same spark offensively here to start the third.
Well, and you knew they weren't going to quit. Obviously, being down 2-0, that's a lot of time to be able to hold this Ohio State Buckeyes scoreless. So for them to be able to come out with a lot of energy and a lot of urgency right away, they're in a good spot right now.
Buglioni trying to pick up the loose puck. Instead, it comes to Audrey Wethington. She's stopped by Rosenthal, sends it around the boards. Tapped out, Knowles with it. She will fire a shot. Blocked and picked up by the Buckeyes just beyond the reach of Buglioni. Audrey Wethington wrapping it around, stopped by Feely.
Yeah, another third liner. Audrey Wethington might be another person on that line, very underrated. She is good in all three zones.
Potomac trying to make something happen. The one-timer escapes away too high from Madeline Wethington. Buglioni up to DeGeorge. Trying to maintain the handle through the pressure right in front of the net. And Heisey has got it. Madeline Wethington calling for it. And that will go all the way down the ice. Levis with a lot of speed, tries to backhand it. No one there on the opposite side for the rebound. Heisey, 2-on-1, and stopped by Thiele.
Oh, what a big save there by Thiele on the 2-on-1, keeping this within one. Heisey, we saw her great look to Boreen for that earlier goal, but on the 2-on-1 with Skya, she looked to shoot and try to beat Thiele on the short side, high blocker side. That's a huge save. End up beating Thiele on the low blocker side. That was a huge goal for the Gophers, and they found a way to extend that lead 2-0, but Ohio State's found a way to come back here in the third period to put this within one.
They have regained control after we saw a lot of Minnesota in the second period. Both their goals coming in the second. Here is Ohio State again. Buglioni's attempt is blocked. Hubert tapping it up ahead to Hemp. And back to Brown, being pursued by DeGeorge, who has good size to bring that pressure. Audrey Wethington skates past the puck. It's out ahead on the opposite side of the ice. DeGeorge has it again. Madeline Wethington will hit the ice. Tapped right at bench, and
minutes of this period to find a way to hold this lead for her team.
Sheppers and Potomac in the face-off circle. Ohio State has it to George. Centering pass taken away by Madeline Wethington. She will tap that up ahead. Thiele calming it down. Audrey Wethington trying to wrap that around. And Minnesota will try once more. Audrey Wethington too far left. Potomac and Bizal going after that puck. 12:20 remaining in this third period. Brown surveying, going to the front of the net, and it's right on the stick of Jakes. She whiffs on it though. She has found few opportunities to try and get involved here offensively today.
Yeah, and that just goes to show how good the Gophers are defensively with the amount of offensive firepower Jakes does have when she gets into the zone. Can't really generate a lot, but credit Gophers right now on what they're doing, kind of holding the offense right now for the Buckeyes.
A little bit of a collision amongst Buckeyes as Bernard gets into the offensive zone with pace. Poked away. Brown will send it back up the ice. Minnesota leading 2-1. The winner, the final face-off champion. Could it be the regular season champs, the Gophers, getting their 11th in program history in the regular season? Hartmetz, cross-ice pass to Brengman. And now Odin will chase it down off the stick of bench. Up the ice again. Loose puck. And brought around by Hartmetz. Bench tapping it out to Hangler. Tegan Grant. A lot of action in the neutral zone. Maybe the first stretch of today, Julie, where we've seen things be a little bit unsettled. We've seen a lot of controlled possessions in the offensive zone throughout today.
Yeah, and I think right now, too, that both teams realize how important these next 5 minutes are and just controlling the play. And you can see in a tight game like this, mistakes can really be showcased in the offensive zone. So both teams really are trying to play simple hockey. Ohio State trying to get back on the offensive and trying to get pucks to Lauren bench. But it's a tense atmosphere right now. In a close game like this, everyone knows what is on the line for that championship.
We already saw a little bit of a tussle amongst multiple players earlier on a scoring attempt. Gardner. Jake's keeping it in. She goes right back to bench, pad save. Up along the glass. And Thiele will play it. Tapped back to Sheppers. She's met by Brown. DeGeorge has it behind the net, right in front. It goes in. Tie game. Ohio State scores.
a little frustrated with their play so far in the third period. It's a huge goal for Sophie Jakes to tie this game up.
Both goals coming in this third period. What a comeback by the Buckeyes. You just knew, Julie, Sophie Jakes could not be kept quiet for long. 55 points, now 56 points this year.
Well, and you can't leave her wide open in the slot. I mean, even though you have a good defensive presence out in front of you, and Lauren Bench is a very good goaltender, that's one of the last people that you want wide open in the slot. And for her, bodies in front of the net, anything can happen. That's why you fire pucks, and for her to end up bouncing her way. And so for the Ohio State Buckeyes found a way to tie this game up, and they've been pressuring all third period.
The Buckeyes seemed cool, calm, and collected as they started this third period. Even our interview with Peyton Levis, she seemed to feel like this is fine, this is what we're going to do, and this is what has to be better. And that is what exactly they've done coming in to this third period. Here is Huber, the 2-on-1 save by Thiele. Puck is loose and poked out to the corner. Minnesota will try to respond. 2 unanswered goals they've allowed. They scored both of theirs in the second period. Hangler, cross ice pass. Hemp has it. Huber right through her legs and picked up by Templeman. She'll have that poked away, and Hangler comes away with it.
And obviously offensively for the Ohio State Buckeyes, really good period for them. But we haven't talked too much about Amanda Thiele. She's made 2 grade A 2-on-1 saves in this period, really held their team in it and have it find the back of the net going off a Gopher defenseman.
Rosenthal trying to get the puck even while on her knees on the ice. It's tapped out to the opposite corner. Bizal fighting along the boards with Audrey Wethington. Quick passing by the Buckeyes will escape their sticks, and we'll have a face-off coming up. 7:19 remaining.
Second period, she said, we have nothing to lose. They obviously know in the back of their mind that they will be playing next weekend, but championship's on the line, and they just trust in their teammates and their systems and how they played all year that they were able to tie this game up. And that's a huge belief for that team. And when you have a player like Peyton Levis to be able to say that, you can see that's the whole team feels that way.
What a stop by Thiele. She had Taylor Heise right at her glove and is able to make the stop. Two unanswered goals by the Buckeyes, trying to take the final face-off crown.
You always
Heise.
wonder how a team is going to respond to, especially in the second period, they're being down 2-0 with only 20 minutes left to play.
Right in front of Thiele, puck comes loose. Hangler fires one. Back behind the net. It is Hemp. Drop pass for Odin. And it dribbles right to Thiele. And you're right, we certainly have seen these players just be able to play. Huber to Knowles, set the blue line. Odin trying to maintain the handle. Breaking it up is Brengman. Another Gopher ends up on the ice. Fans upset, but we are going to see a penalty. Eliminating the two-time reigning defending champions. Just the first time in 9 years the Badgers have not been in this game. Penalty kill, a huge part of Ohio State's success this season. Here is Heise flying through neutral ice. She gets past Bizal, lifts a shot, no one there to help, and it will be tapped out and cleared.
Yeah, you can just see the strength of Taylor Heise, especially coming in the left side on her backhand as a righty. To be able to throw that across the grain with a lot of power on that shot is pretty impressive by the senior center.
Top 10 Patty Kazmaier finalist along with Sophie Jakes on the ice today. Katie Skaya. Angler has it at the blue line. Back to Heisey, trying to find space, gets it down low to Boreen, skips across past Thiele. Brown sending the puck back, Skaya along the boards. Under a minute remaining in this Gopher power play, Heisey again to Boreen, trying to find any kind of space, but Thiele right there. Then along the boards, back behind Thiele. 38 seconds remaining in this power play. It's Emily Zumwinkle, Madeline Wethington. Zumwinkle fires a shot. It's out in front of Thiele. She's on the ice, does not go. Still an opportunity for Minnesota. Madeline Wethington has that stopped.
So many great chances for the Gophers, but what great saves by Thiele to keep this game at 2.
Zumwinkle just outside the length of her stick. 6 seconds left. One last shot for Minnesota on this power play. Madeline Wethington, and we're back to full strength. Right in front of the net. It is 3-2. No, it's waved off. The Gophers started to celebrate, but it will stay 2-2.
3 minutes left here. You get that big save out of your goaltender. Can you capitalize on a key save like that and find a way to get this game 3-2?
Well, Thiele stood on her head really that entire power play. That's how good and consistent that attack was by Minnesota's power play. Minnesota led 2-0 after all knotted up. Boreen.
Make a difference. Hard in on the forecheck, getting pucks deep, and being really responsible in the D zone.
Only 3:15 left, and no surprise that after an incredible season of WCHA hockey, we would get a championship game like this down to the wire. Brown has DeGeorge right on her back. DeGeorge making a big play earlier on the second goal. Here is Levis. She's got speed with the puck. She'll be met by Hangler and Skaya and send it back the other way. Bernard chasing it down to 35 to go in this third period. Poked away, it is Huber. She also has a lot of speed with the puck on her stick. Goes into the corner, back behind the net.
And 2 good defensive plays right there by Crystal and Hangler. Haven't said her name too much in this game, but good job by her of not allowing Ohio to maintain any offensive zone possession.
A really steady, dependable defender for the Gophers. That goes over her head. Buglioni tapping the puck up in the air off her stick a couple times to maintain control. Now stuck along the boards trying to get it free. It's Knowles. Buglioni finally tapped out. Still Buglioni sticking with the play, keeping it with the Buckeyes. That is blocked as Bizal tried to get it to the net.
Yeah, and Buglioni's a special player. Not the biggest player on the ice, but she can really fly and put the puck in the back of the net.
Chipped up ahead. Bregman will wrap it back. Brown along the boards. Bregman right back. 1:23 on the clock. Both teams looking for a game-winning goal at this point. 2 goals apiece for each team coming in the second and third periods. Sheppers send that out, and Buglioni centering pass, but offsides as off the face-off. It is the Buckeyes, and we are under 1 minute remaining. Gardner along the boards, along with Skaya and Madeline Wethington. Heisey now on the ice. Puck still jammed. It's Rosenthal able to get it free. Poked away at center ice. Skaya on the move into the offensive zone. Steadies the puck, centering pass to Heisey, skips away. She sends it along the boards. 25 seconds to go in a tie game. at center ice. It's Scheppers. 13 seconds left. Scheppers, and a penalty will be coming up with 8 seconds remaining. In the circle, along with Rosenthal, she is tripped up. 3 seconds left, 1 opportunity, and that will do it for regulation. We move on to extra hockey.
Throughout the day, but they're going to have to be extra special here with 1:50 on this power play.
Off the face-off, comes away to Ohio State on the power play, one of the best in the nation. Gardner loses the handle. Get George speeding around the back of the net. It is Jakes off the pads of Feely, and that will do it. Sophie Jakes, her second goal today, wins it in overtime. Ohio State, your WCHA final face-off champions.
Well, they're not the #1 power play in the nation for a mistake. I mean, look at this. Sophie Jakes, look at how low she is. Right on the dot. Gets her first shot denied by Lauren Bench. I mean, what a goal scorer's goal as she's falling down. I mean, just kind of a fitting ending. We kind of knew this was going to be a tough kill for the Gophers, and Ohio State need to come out right away. And who other to put the puck on her stick than Sophie Jakes right on the circle. Lauren Bench had no chance on that. What a fitting ending to an amazing championship Sunday.
Julie, you thought it could end quickly. It took 23 seconds to score the game-winning goal.